Hey you guys, it is Friday, May the 15th in the year 2020. I cannot believe that we are on our last Friday of the whole school year, and this is the end of our last full week of school, week 7 of remote learning, this new adventure we've had to go on this year. Including today, you guys only have 4 actual school days left. And remember that today is really important because it is the last day for you get to turn in any kind of work to your teachers, okay? So even though it's going to be really pretty outside, high of 66, partly sunny, some clouds here and there, but really pretty day, and I know you are ready to get out there and play and have summertime, but really focus in today, get all of that work done and turned in, okay? Let's talk about our foreign language today. Again, still staying on that continent of Africa. And we're going to be talking today about the language of Zulu. I know it sounds really cool, huh? We're going to talk about the Zulu language. And if you look at this map, you can see this bottom southern tip of Africa is where Zulu is mainly spoken. It's where the original Zulu tribe inhabited land, and then colonists and other countries came in over time and kind of claimed that land for their countries, and so it became some other individual nations on the continent of Africa. So it's down here, if you look at the full map, way down here on this very bottom edge of Africa, the continent of Africa. Okay, so let's talk about some Zulu. Okay, so Zulu is spoken in South Africa as well as several other countries, like I just showed you, and we'll talk about which countries those are in a moment. And to say hello in Zulu, you say sawubona, sawubona. Okay, so that's how you say hello. If you travel to any of these countries, it's one of the languages that will be spoken. There are so many countries that speak Zulu that I couldn't go into detail about all of them, but I thought it was really interesting to show you their flags. I feel like the African nations have some of the most colorful and unique and interesting flag designs. So again, up here in the corner, remember this is the South African flag that we talked about yesterday. And then down here, this first one on the left, on the top, this is the flag of Swaziland. So these are all countries that speak Zulu. So look at this flag, it's so interesting with this shield and these spears and the colors. This next flag is the flag of Botswana. So a little bit more subtle, just those horizontal bands. And then next is the flag of Lesotho. And so we've seen a couple of flags like this where there are 3 horizontal bands of color with an emblem kind of in the middle. So a similar style there. And the Malawi here also has close to that, 3 horizontal bands again, but their symbol is up within that top band. And then next to that is the flag of Mozambique. And so I feel like they kind of might have played off of that shape of the South African flag. I mean, they've got this kind of Y shape here, but that triangle on the side, triangle on the side here too, again, horizontal bands, but the emblem over here within this triangle. And then look at this Zambian flag. I think as far as all the flags that we've seen so far, I feel like this might be the most unique. This huge solid green background with some stripes, but over here in a corner, running vertically, emblem on top of that in the green field. I feel like that is really unique, very different than the others. And then lastly, down here, we have the flag of Zimbabwe. So again, this one is similar to the Mozambique flag. It's got those horizontal bands with the triangle on the side, the emblem within the triangle, but the difference is you can see there are more bands of color here on that flag. So just really cool, really interesting, really bright and colorful, unique designs of these South African countries and the Zulu language. So sawubona is hello. Okay, let's talk about our observance for today, you guys. It is National Chocolate Chip Day. What a great holiday. What a great thing to celebrate. And I don't know if you know the story of the chocolate chip. It was kind of the cookie itself was kind of an accidental discovery. No, it talks about the origin of chocolate chips, supposedly back in the 1930s by a woman named Ruth Graves who lived in a town called Wakefield. And she had her own cookbook, and it was called Ruth Wakefield's Toll House Tried and True Recipes. And in that book, she had a recipe for Toll House chocolate crunch cookies. Supposedly, basically what she was doing was making up her regular cookie mix. She was wondering what it might taste like if she had a little bit of chocolate within that cookie. So she took a Nestle chocolate bar, cut it all up into little pieces, put it in her batter, cooked up her cookies, and they were a huge success. And they spread like wildfire, which, we can understand because they're delicious. And then in 1939, she actually signed a deal with the Nestle company to add that chocolate chip cookie recipe using chocolate chips onto the chocolate bars packaging. They weren't making the chips just yet. And in return, she would receive a lifetime supply of chocolate, believe it or not. And so that's why when you see that yellow bag of chocolate chips, because Nestle eventually started making the chips, they are called Nestle Toll House chocolate chips after Ruth. So there you go. Of course, the chocolate chip cookie is reportedly the most sold and consumed cookie of all the cookies around the world. They are pretty yummy. So that's going to bring me to our word for the day, because chocolate chip cookies are an example of a confection. Confection. A confection is a dish or a recipe that is made with sweet ingredients, like chocolate chip cookies. So I want you to see if you can think of another confection, another recipe or dish made with sweet ingredients. And I want you to put that in the box for our word of the day sentence, okay? And then let's talk about our last number puzzle of the year. Remember, that's our Friday brain teaser. So remember, anytime that you have a line that has more than one function, you've got to do the multiplication first. So up here on this top line, make sure you figure out the B number first, and then go to the next line and use that number to figure out the flour number next. And then on that bottom line, be sure you do the multiplication first before you do the adding. All right? And if you can figure that out, I want you to put that answer in the comment box. Comment in the comment box for Dojo Points. Leave your word of the day sentence with confection, an example of a confection, in the comment box. And then let's talk about how to say goodbye in Zulu. You would say hambakale. Hambakale. So I'm going to say hambakale to you guys on this last Friday of the year. Work really hard today. Remember, next week is going to be more about just that last few times of social connection with your teacher and your friends and your classmates. So work hard today. Also, don't forget, at 2:25 this afternoon, try to be outside somewhere, because the J-Bear Air Force planes are going to do a flyover over the peninsula, and you guys can check that out, okay? All right, have a great Friday, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys again on Monday.